that really have given you the inspiration to write the type of lyrics that you have, the type of inspiration? What things have you experienced in your life that gives sort of validity to what you rap about?
Well, just reality, I really write about both the ups and the downs, but I kind of write more towards what bothers me in life. My manifesting is actually ventilation for me for what I'm going through in life. So when it comes to a lot of the people who I see that are snakes, backstabbers, people lie, it's like they don't care, no consciousness or whatever. And it's like everybody is living in this crab in a bucket mentality, whereas I don't got it, I don't want it, neither should you have it, and neither do I want to see you want it. So when I sense all this tension in the streets or wherever I go from my own people, it makes me want to write that. Instead of going out and physically acting, I'd rather just verbalize it and put it out there, because sometimes that's even better than physically acting. So that's what inspired me to write the lyrics I like to write. And it's just real, it's reality.
Mm-hmm.
So I was taught through LL and various other MCs that if you gon' write or rap, give these people something to watch, give them something to look at, be an entertainer. So when Rob come out there, Rob gon' make his presence felt. You gonna know I'm there. I'm gonna rap with clarity, I'm gonna rap with a meaning, and I'm gonna have energy. And that's what I'm gonna bring. So when I leave, they gonna say, dude was serious. Just like it.
Yeah, I know. I've heard that your words empower people in terms of some of the things you rap about. How would you describe your music or your rap? I mean, in terms of you as an artist and you as a person, what really personify your music?
I would say is no different. My music is actually a reflection of me. Yeah, everything, the good. Well, it's no bad, but I have two sides. I have a positive side, get along with everybody, but then at the same time, I have another side of some people just decide they want to take my kindness for weakness. So my music is actually just that. It's just that. It's just a reflection of me. So I write on all topics. 1 minute I'm writing about happy times, because I do have those. I write about laughing, smiling, having fun, going to a party. Then on the next note, I write about what I possibly may just do to another individual to defend myself in self-defense. When I write, if I'm going to write something violent, it's always going to be like in terms of self-defense. I'm not one that's just going to get out there and glorify, oh, I'm this and I'm that, and I do this to you with no reason. So whatever I write about is going to be something that could be justified in the court of law if it was to ever have to come about.
Yeah, I know that we've had one of the artists that I think his name is Cool Daddy Fresh, was on the program, and he talked about living the life behind the scene, what it is to be an artist, what it be to be a rap artist and hip hop, and a lot of the bling bling and a lot of the glory that people see up front, they don't know what it takes to get there, and so a lot of people are running towards the lights, want to be a hip hop artist, want to have that accolades, but really don't understand the game. So tell me a little bit about your understanding of the game, and a lot of people coming in it, but they are, as he call them, copycats. He call them they dumb down the music, dumb it down, and so forth.
That's what they do.
Rap about that.
Well, first of all, with these rap guys today, a lot of them are from another era. They're not from his era, neither are they from mine, because me and him about from the same era. I'm probably like at the end of his era. But those guys of today's time, they're glorifying cars or gold or rims or whatever, and it's like they're selling an image. They're selling an image because a lot of them are actually coming off the streets themselves, and they see that the person before them actually made his mark, and it was like, okay, it was profitable what he done, so now I'm going to do the same thing, instead of having that innovation in them, saying that, no, I want to make me another mark. So that's what it's about. It's like, I'm going to do what he do. That's what's lucrative, so I need to go on and do that, instead of trying to be a man or be an innovator and make my own, because they may not dig me. So with those type of MCs, when the MC tells me, hey man, that's what sells, that's what people want to hear, he's telling me a whole lot more about himself. He's telling me that really he don't got no get up and go about himself. He really don't have a life story he want to tell. He's going to glorify what it takes to make it. And to me, that's just not a man. You're not standing up for what you believe in. You're doing what people want you to do. So you'd be the type that'll actually live on your knees instead of down your feet. That's what you'll do. So I'm not with that. I'm not with that, and I believe that the bling and all that, it comes, okay, I'm sure it comes if you got good record sales or you got money before the game, but that's not something that you just gonna jump straight into the game and, oh, you blinged out. See, these little guys that's coming in the rap game today, they thinking that that's just what it's about. They thinking that all these people they seeing on TV was just blessed with that. You know, they don't understand it. It's a struggle before this. You know, it's a struggle. I've been doing it since 97. You see? So it's a struggle with this here. Ain't nothing that's just gonna happen unless you happen to know the right person, or you're just somewhere at the right time and you meet the right person, or somebody can guide you in. You can't just, oh, I'm finna make a CD today and I'm on tomorrow, bling, bling, iced out. See, they don't understand that that's what it is. Like, I hear on this underground level, whatever, you kind of get looked down upon by being seen selling your own units. Instead of them saying, you know something, that guy right there has potential. That guy right there may just be on the television screen a month from now, a year from now. They don't see that. They don't see that. They see that, oh, this guy right here is selling CDs. Oh, he's a nobody. So it's actually hard to market those CDs within your own town. It's not impossible, but it is hard. And the struggles are really within your own hometown. Now, elsewhere, people see something else in you. They see like a different light. I guess they can understand, you know, it's ground up. Some people just ground up. Like the deeper I go within the South, I understand that people are ground up. They actually will work from the roots and grow that tree. Whereas here where I'm from, which is Nashville, people kind of like, they're not with you, man. Just to be honest, they're not with you until they see that you starting to make something happen. You're making things happen, and then it's like, yeah, you know, I always knew, man, that you was going, yeah, you know, you got brothers, you got cousins, you got people that you was related to and you never knew about, but now they know that you're related to them, and that's how it is. But from the ground up, you just out there trying to sell a CD. It's like, I ain't got time for that. No, man, no. Pop up on the television, though, and watch how all that changed.
Now, how is it, or why is it, I know when I talked to Cool Daddy Fresh about mainstream media accepting hip-hop, especially, as you call it, the underground. And you touched a little bit on that, on how hard it is for an artist to break through that ceiling to the point that they accept you. What is the reason why you think mainstream haven't accepted you at the level as artist, as opposed to just someone that's out there expressing anger and hate?
Yeah. Well, maybe because Rob D is considered to be like old school. See, what I talk about is just really not on the basis of what everybody's talking about now. See, Rob D, he's going to talk about what he see in his life and what he experiences, and I will touch on what I know of through other people's lives. So it'll be reality based. But right about now, the industry, they wants to market what they know is going to sell. You know, they know that the household, the standard set in the household right about now is really probably no father, probably no mother, probably living with grandmama and just running straight over her. So really it's really no education going on with most of the kids nowadays. So they really are not trying to hear no lesson. Don't nobody want nobody to give them no advice. Don't tell me nothing. Just tell me about making that dollar. And so when you take it to the industry where they are the capital of it, they run everything, it's like, what's going to make us $1 is what works. You know, we're not going to spend no time with no Rob D who called himself trying to uplift somebody or say something that's going to step on toes. So they're not going to work with no Rob D right now. But when the hip-hop game makes its revolution and when lyrics start coming back and people actually start listening for a message, that's when Rob D will surface. But right now, Rob D probably just won't surface because the game is just saturated with all the bling or I'm a dealer or, you know, whatever going on. A lot of the slurred rapping, you know, and, you know, speaking to me, like when I say slurred rapping, I mean a lot of the guys who rap today, they're really not articulate at all. They're just on there and it's like they're mainly like muffled. They're monotone. They're talking. When Rob D get up there, it's expression. I want you to feel what I'm saying. And I think a lot of that got something to do with just where I come from, my era. And today's people, they're really not listening for that. They would like me to sound cool and glorify material things that I don't look up to and things like that. And the mainstream is actually going to get the people what the people want. They're going to cater to the people. And I'm not catering to the people on that aspect.
Yeah. Talk a little bit about, as an artist, too, you mentioned that a lot of your material come from your experience.
Yeah.
And part of your experience has been, I mean, you're in all type of experiences. I mean, obviously, some things bring you hate, some things bring you love, some things bring you anger, some things bring you danger. Right. And in the prospect of all those different environments, talk about the area that you put yourself in, or the arena you put yourself in, that brings you, first of all, joy. What area do you that comes to mind that you're in that atmosphere, that it brings joy, and that's something that you can put on wax or rap about?
In my car. In my car with that music turned straight up, and it's my world. I'm smiling. I'm hoping my day good. That's what brings me joy. So I wrote to that feeling. I wrote a song called King of Rockin'. And King of Rockin' actually was just me going down through the line talking about I'm in this car and I'm banging, and why you looking at me crazy? I'm just feeling good. I'm rolling through the city streets, beating down the neighborhood. You see what I'm saying? So I was just feeling good. Yeah. So yeah, I write about all that. That will bring me joy. Or going to a club, jumping on the floor, and people just letting me be me, instead of standing to the side like, what you think about dude? Dude seem kind of crazy. He doing a dance I ain't never seen. You see what I'm saying? That brings me joy. Yeah. So I write about that. I write about clubbing. I write about riding in my car. I write about various things that bring me joy. You know, my fans. I appreciate it. I wrote a song. I appreciate it. That was joy. To be able to go to smaller towns outside of Nashville, Tennessee, and sell bundles of units. And people want autographs. They want pictures. They want hugs. That's joy. And I write about that.
Yeah, that's beautiful. It's interesting you would say freedom. You know, your liberty and freedom to be able to be in your car is something that inspires joy in you. And it's kind of the same way with Just Men. It is breaking the psychological chains of bondage that a lot of our young brothers and brothers are in the mindset, not physical change, but also the mindset that they can't express themselves as men or as young men or whatever they are. So I think it's interesting that you would use your car as an expression of bringing you joy for liberty. Talk about the areas in your life that brings you unhappiness or brings you hate or anger.
Disrespect. Being disrespected. Because when I come across any human being, anybody, that human being is like, there go my brother, there go my sister. Regardless of what color, that human being has a 100 if we was in school. Now, when they get to shooting off at the mouth or disrespecting me as a man, you know, like for instance with me selling my CDs, that's my life, selling these CDs. So when I'm up on someone, a potential customer, and I try to market my CD to them, my sales pitch is okay, I'm gonna come to them in a respectful manner. Now, for someone to say something like, "You still doing that?" Or well, man, I ain't gonna give you what I give you $2 for it. Won't you stop rapping? When you receive phone calls, won't you stop rapping? When you on the streets and you're just walking down the street or riding down the street and you're hearing things that's being said because people are telling you that when they get in the car with you, you know, that right there brings me some anger. You know, because it's like, why is it mainly just my people? It ain't just my people, but it's mainly my people. You know, why do our people have this crab in the bucket mentality? He ain't supposed to have nothing. He ain't supposed to have nothing. But if the president of the United States ride down the street in our neighborhood or anybody else's neighborhood, people going to stand in silence and say, look at that bad car. That is a bad car. But when I ride down the street in that car, oh, he think he all that. He could stand to be got. So that right there brings me some anger, and I write about that. You see, I rebel on get stuff like that because it's not cool. How come everybody can't just get together, unify up like it used to be in the day before we had this somewhat of freedom that we have now? How come we can't do that again? But we can't. Well, we can, but they act like they don't want to do it. So I write about that. You know, I could do other things, but I think my ventilation is better writing about it. And let me make it to that microphone. So when I'm sitting at home and I'm listening, I'm like, okay, I went down through there on that one. You see? So if somebody's around that may fit that category, I don't even have to say nothing. I could just play my song. You know, I got a song for almost everything that I done experienced in life. Yeah, so that's it.
Yeah, okay, good. I know that You talked about, of course, LL